In today's video, I wanted to talk about Bol Bol and his performance in the Summer League this season. If you guys watch the channel, you know that I'm a huge fan of Bol Bol, probably the biggest Bol Bol fan on the planet, to be completely honest. And I usually post a video about Bol pretty much every month. I'll link the playlist to all the videos that I've made about him in the upper right hand corner right now. I've made some videos about things like trade possibilities, how good he could be in his prime, and a lot of videos too on why he should be getting playing time right now. And today I'm going to talk about Bol Bol's Summer League performance. Unfortunately, we only got to see 3 games from him. The other 2 games he was not playing due to rest, which I'm pretty sure at that point the Nuggets just realized that he's just too good for Summer League games, and I think he should have been playing because this is one of the rare opportunities for him to actually get really quality minutes. But I'm going to be talking about today what I thought of his overall performance in these 3 games and why even just these 3 games alone, despite it being a really small sample size, this really has to earn him good minutes in the NBA right now, and his potential cannot be wasted. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is Bol's scoring ability, and I've been saying this for a while, but his scoring ability is so unique. We legit haven't seen anything like this scoring type of play style from anyone pretty much since Kevin Durant. I mean, Bol Bol, as we know, is 7 feet 2 tall and can do anything from handle the ball, create his own shot, and pull up from 3 off the dribble. And specifically his 3-point shooting has been really impressive, and in this Summer League he showed his shooting as well, and he also showed his ability to play center. And I think this is really important too, because if Bol Bol does want to squeak into the rotation this season for the Denver Nuggets, they're a very deep team, but they really don't have a true backup center. So the minutes that Nikola Jokic is not playing on the floor, Bol has given himself a really strong case to get these minutes, because in the Summer League this year, in the 3 games he played, that he can play center pretty effectively. I mean, we saw that he was able to be aggressive, get to the foul line a lot, and play very good in the post, made a few little turnaround jumpers down there, and like I mentioned, was very aggressive and got to the rim a lot, which is something we haven't seen a lot from Bol in his short NBA career so far. But when we look what he did statistic wise in the NBA Summer League this season, putting up almost 22 points per game over the course of the 3 games, but you also have to factor in here how Summer League games are a lot shorter than regular NBA games, with only 10 minutes per quarter instead of 12, resulting in 40-minute games instead of 48-minute games. So when we look at a more accurate stat in this situation, like per 36, Bol Bol was putting up almost 29 points per 36 minutes in the Summer League this season, which is absolutely insane. And we look at some efficiency stats here. Bol Bol definitely created his own shot a lot, but he still did this on pretty much average, if not above average efficiency, shooting 45.2% from the field, 40% from 3, limited attempts, but still 6 of 15. Bol has always been consistently around a 40% 3-point shooter for his career, and overall a 58.4 true shooting, which relative to the NBA average true shooting last season is a plus 1.2 relative true shooting, meaning that Bol had an over average true shooting by 1.2%. So you can see that not only is he putting up extreme numbers when it comes to scoring, but he's doing this very efficiently as well. And this is just absolutely insane considering how Bol does take a lot of shots. I mean, you watch him play, he's pulling up for 3 off of the dribble. He does get out and transition a lot, but he's also, like I mentioned, taking a lot of tough shots in the post, fading away, shooting jump shots in the mid-range area, and he can still do this very effectively. And overall, we saw a lot of things from Bol when it comes to scoring the basketball this season, and overall when it comes to scoring, he really doesn't have that many weaknesses. I mean, before I even talk about the other aspects of his game, I really don't see how Mike Malone could look at Bol Bol and what he's doing right now scoring wise, see that he can score at the rim, be aggressive, score in the post, the mid-range area, get out in transition, and shoot the 3 very effectively and create his own shot off the dribble. Like, what weaknesses does he have scoring the ball? Legitimately, this alone explains why Bol Bol should be getting playing time right now in the NBA. He just has too much talent to not play right now. The next thing I want to talk about here is Bol Bol's defense in the Summer League this season. I really feel the need to talk about this because specifically a lot of Nuggets fans specifically really thought that one of the main reasons that Bol was not in the rotation last year is because he was a quote-unquote defensive liability. And maybe this was one of the reasons. Personally, I have some other reasons why I think Bol wasn't playing. I'm going to link a video at the top right-hand side of the screen right now as to why, a conspiracy theory why I actually think he was out of the rotation last year, and I actually might make another video about another conspiracy theory why I think he was out of the rotation. But as for defense for Bol Bol, I mean, like I said, a lot of people really thought that he wasn't good defensively, and this is because they really don't use context. I mean, when we look at Bol Bol last season, the Nuggets tried to force him into the rotation at the start of the year, which I think if they gave him some more minutes there, he legitimately could have had some good experience and actually made his way consistently in the rotation for that season. But I actually specifically remember this game. It was on Christmas Day of last season, and it was a game against the Los Angeles Clippers for the Nuggets. It was, I think, either their second or third game of the season, probably their second game of the season. Bol played about 3 minutes in this game. He came in at the start of the second quarter, and he was horrible defensively. He looked like he had no clue what was going on. He definitely did look like a defensive liability, and ever since literally just these 3 minutes, people have been saying that Bol Bol is a defensive liability, without even watching him play at all in college, and probably not even watching him play in the summer league if you still think that, because Bol Bol is a very good defensive player. If you watch him play, you'll see how good he is defensively, and the reason he wasn't able to play well defensively with the Nuggets team in those 3 minutes is because he doesn't have experience with those teammates. How can you expect a defensive anchor, the center of the team, to come and play 3 minutes with his team and be completely communicating well with everyone, good on rotations, and know what to do on every single play? There's a reason why he was lost on the court there. When we look at how he played in Summer League this year, he now has experience with these teammates, and he was incredible defensively. First of all, I want to talk about a stat in Game 1 of the Summer League this year for the Nuggets. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to fully watch the second and third game that Bol played, but in the first game, I kept track of what the opponents shot against Bol, and when they were guarded by Bol Bol, they shot 2 of 13 from the field. I mean, the combination of his athleticism and length really makes it tough on opposing teams to score against him, whether it's on the perimeter or the interior. When we look at his interior defense, showing that in the Summer League he was a decent pick and roll defender, absolutely a nightmare to go up and try to score it at the rim, and overall had 7 total blocks over the course of the 3 games, and legitimately could have had around double that if it wasn't for teammates' fouls. I mean, he has a lot of blocks, kind of like shortly after the whistle after someone makes a foul or something like that. We know that Bol Bol is a very good rim protector if you watch him play, and even if he isn't that strong, a lot of the time he is a help defender too, so his shot blocking ability could be really valuable for the Nuggets team in the regular season too if he's coming off of their bench. And perimeter wise, really it depends on the offensive player and if they are comfortable going against a big man. For example, would Bol Bol be able to defend a pick and roll with Chris Paul coming off of the screen? Probably not, because Chris Paul really likes going against the big man. We saw that against Nikola Jokic in the NBA playoffs this year, and he really likes that switch. But a lot of the time, Bol Bol really affects the shot of a guard coming off of the screen. I mean, obviously he's 7'2" and has a 7'8" wingspan. I put something on my Instagram story the other day about this. Like, imagine a guard coming off of the screen and seeing a guy that's 7'2", massively skinny, and having a 7'8" wingspan running towards you trying to swat your shot. I mean, this must be so uncomfortable for the guards, and we saw in the Summer League this year how Bol Bol did a really good job on the perimeter, whether it was contesting shots off of a screen in the pick and roll, or just leaping out and contesting threes. His length alone is so effective defensively, and overall off of Bol Bol's perimeter defense and his amazing interior defense in the Summer League, I think it's proven that even if he's put in the NBA in a situation where he has chemistry with his teammates, he could absolutely prove to be an over-average defender in the league right now. So I don't want to hear any other things about Bol Bol being a defensive liability. Make sure you actually watch him play before you say this, and more than 3 minutes per game at the start of a season with teammates that he's never played with before. When we talk about just briefly some other aspects of Bol's game here, he's turning into a decent rebounder. I mean, probably for his position, he's not a great rebounder. He's not great at boxing out and being physical when it comes to rebounds, but still, in the Summer League, averaged 7 rebounds per game. And also, when he gets the chance to handle the ball, he can be a decent passer. I mean, this doesn't show in stats, averaging less than an assist per game in the Summer League this year, but a lot of the time just finding open teammates, sometimes getting some secondary assists. He has pretty good court vision for a guy that's 7'2", and overall I think Bol is a decent playmaker and and passer as well when you watch him play. Some weaknesses to his game: a lot of the time he tries to do too much and take ill-advised shots. I mean, a lot of the time we saw in the Summer League this year how he would take some really bad shots that you could tell were forced and he was trying to do too much. But he did start to clean this up towards especially that last game in the Summer League this year. And also, he does get a lot of turnovers. I mean, specifically in that first game, having 6 turnovers, sometimes being careless with the ball, sometimes the ball slips out of his hands when he's trying to catch a pass. Again, this is going to come with more experience and practicing with the same group of teammates that he's playing with every day. Also, defensively, I did talk about how his length can really disrupt guards on the perimeter, but sometimes, depending on the player, like I said, a bad switch could really go against him because he's not great at holding his own on the perimeter against players that are really good against big men. But again, this is something that has to come with more experience, not getting into those switches and having more opportunities to just play down low and play to his strengths defensively. So other than like a few maturity issues on the court, I think really Bol does not have that many weaknesses at all to his game. And this specifically, combined with his incredible unique abilities offensively and his really consistent and effective defense, has to earn him some playing time this year. He just has too much potential and talent to be wasted for another season. The last thing I want to talk about in today's video is how Bol could help the Nuggets this season. A lot of people really don't think that he fits into their system right now, but I think he definitely could play pretty much all the backup center minutes for this team. I hate the people that always say Jokic is on this team, so how is Bol going to get playing time? Last time I checked, Jokic does not play 48 minutes a game. Pretty much that 12 to 14 minute stretch where Jokic is off of the court. Last year the Nuggets kind of ran more of a small ball lineup, but I think if Bol could play these minutes, he could provide a lot of very valuable rim protection for them defensively. Again, uses length to disrupt shots, and a lot of these players are going to be second unit players that are really going to have a tough time, specifically guards coming off of screens and seeing Bol Bol's 7'8" wingspan there, trying to affect that shot. So defensively, I think he could really provide a lot for this team if he's getting those backup center minutes. Plus, he can really show his game in the post, be aggressive just like he did in the Summer League this season. And also, I do expect Bol to get some minutes this season alongside the big dogs on this team. I mean, if he can get a few starts this season, obviously he's not going to be a consistent starter for this team, but if he can get a few minutes alongside their big dogs like Jokic and Jamal Murray, he can be a really valuable floor spacer for this team. Bol has always been automatic from 3 in his career. In college, shooting a whopping 52% on, yes, a small sample size, only 25 total attempts in 9 games, but still elite shooting. And in his NBA career so far, if we count those scrimmage games that he played in the NBA bubble, for his NBA career, he shot over 40% from 3 on over 40 total attempts as well. And like I mentioned too, on 15 total attempts, shot over 40% in the Summer League. So I know all of these are small sample sizes, but all of them combined have really shown that Bol is a very consistent 3-point shooter, and not only can he do it off the dribble, but he can play off ball too, be a spot up shooter for guys like Jokic, Murray, and MPJ. If he just gets time to play with those guys, develop more chemistry, provide something defensively with this group as well, and overall be a floor spacer and knock down some threes. So with both units on this team, Bol Bol could provide a lot for them this season. I don't want to hear any more the Nuggets are contending so Bol can't play. He can absolutely help them right now, and despite the Summer League being a small sample size, he showed what he can do on both ends of the floor, and he absolutely deserves playing time this season. He has pretty much no weaknesses to his game other than a few turnovers and careless shots, and he just has too much talent to not be playing right now. Like I said, he can be the backup center for the second unit and be a floor spacer offensively alongside with the guys like Jokic and Murray. So there you have it. That's all I've got to say for today's video. Those are my thoughts on Bol Bol and why he should be playing this season. And even those 3 games, despite it being a small sample size, they prove that he should absolutely be getting rotational minutes for the Nuggets team this season. Thank you all for watching today's video. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you guys for real. Be sure to comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you all next video.